welcome back to the channel. So today I just have a sort of easy quick one for you. I just want to show you how you can set up the Talk Pro app if you run one of these Android head units in your Evo 10, Rally Art or any other car really. So it's about, in Australia anyway, this head unit was about $500, which is a lot cheaper than sort of some of the actual branded head units. The main reason I wanted it is I have an Android phone. I really like the fact that I have the Play Store, I can download apps, and the main one I wanted was this Talk Pro app. So before I sort of show you that, I just wanted to quickly point out something else that I did to this head unit. So when I got it, it was a really ugly home screen. It didn't have this, so I chose this picture of the mountain road, and I've set up the apps that I wanted along the side. I can put more if I want. But so yeah, this was like a launcher app. It was called Nova Launcher, I believe. So yeah, if I want to go to more apps, I go up here and go to apps, and everything else that I have downloaded or want will be in here. So let's go back. So I highly recommend that. I'll even just make sure I've called it the right name. So I'll go in and I'll search for it. So it should be called Nova Launcher. I just have the free version. So yeah, it allows you to, it's for Android phones and everything, but it allows you to set up how you want. So yeah, well worth getting and just playing around, customizing. But yeah, I thought I'd just show you that. If any of you guys running the Android head units, you don't like the way it looks when you first launch it. So to get onto the main topic is Talk Pro. So that is how I have my screen set up. I'll probably get rid of the boost one up there because it's not very accurate anyway from what I've heard, but I also now have an actual boost gauge. But yeah, so I like to have revs and boost in a larger gauge. Then I'll have GPS speed. I like having the clock there, just find that helpful. Volts I just put there the other day, just trying to find something to fill that spot if I had something else there. I have another one for revs, which is just digital, just the numbers, not an actual dial. Coolant temp and intake temp. So I'm always playing around with it. There's always a few here, these two middle ones that I'm always changing and trying to find a different option to put there. But I have a second one which is just 6 of the, I think it's medium sized. So yeah, GPS speed, which is the main thing I like using this for. So if I'm looking at the speedo over here and I go past a cop or a mobile speed camera or something and I look at my gauge, it'll, you know, say 100 or 105, and then on here it'll say 98 or, you know, 102. Yeah, it's better to know the accurate GPS speed, because that's, you know, you can actually set your cruise control to that, to like say 101 kilometers an hour, 102 in a 100 zone, and just, which will be more like 110 over here it feels like. So that's better. That's the main thing I use it for. Yeah, always like to have the clock, intake temps handy, just, you know, when I've been changing around different intake setups over the last year. So now I have the Evolution X Design heat shield with an open pod. So it's good to sort of look at the ambient temp and compare it to that when you're driving along, and you'll find that it'll usually only sit a few degrees above when you're actually driving along in traffic. So yeah, revs and throttle percentage, but yeah, always changing this one around too. So mine, so yeah, it'll have a lot of different features. So we'll make a new screen. I'll show you some of the things you can do. So yeah, you got your quarter miles and 0 to 60. So if I make a new one, so we'll delete display. So say you've just got it and you want to set it up. First thing I would recommend, if you're driving at night, you want a black background like this with black gauges. If you're driving in the day, you are really not going to be able to see that. So that's why I actually have this little piece here, just to sort of cover the sun. I did used to have a window tint strip. I actually got in trouble with the police for that one. It was too much, but that used to come down a fair way, and that blocked a lot of sun coming in and reflecting onto the screen because it tilts back so far. You'll get the sun will make it hard to see if it's a black background. So one thing you can do is you can go to settings and you can go to themes, choose a theme. So the one that was just on then, which was black, which I really like the look of the most, is the VW Mark 7 Sport, which is, yeah, the black and red kind of matches the dash in the car. But one that I have been using lately is, I think it was this one here, clean one, because you definitely want just white in the daytime. Be a lot easier to see. So yeah, that's how I sort of run in the day. The only bad part about that is you have to actually be connected to Wi-Fi to change the theme, and that's not something you're going to want to do every night. So I now usually run this in the daytime, and I run the racing meter at night when I'm driving, so that's just set to black, and that, yeah, that's a whole other app that joins on to Talk Pro. Doesn't have as many customization features, but that's one that I could also recommend if you want to spend a few more dollars. But yeah, to get back to what we're doing today, so we want to set up a new screen for our Talk Pro. So we've just got it. So what we do, you go to a blank screen, you press and hold, and you'll go add display. So then you've got all these different gauge types and options you can put up on the screen. So I personally prefer the half dial meter, and then say we want to put, so these are all your options you can put. So anything green is currently working or will work. Anything black, it's just not going to work for whatever reason. Maybe because the car's not on or anything, but yeah, say we want to put the air fuel, and then we'll go large, move it there. So we want to move it around, we'll press and hold on it again, we'll go move display, so you wanted it there, and then say we want to change how we've got it set up. So we can go title, set maximum value and minimum value, high warning, low warning, display type. So we want to change size, and we thought large wasn't big enough, we want to go larger. So say, let's set that one in the corner there. Then we're going to want another one about the same size, so we'll again go with the half dial meter, and we'll choose something else. So let's say we want engine RPM, we'll go larger as well, and we'll sit it about there. We'll move this one across a bit. Let's try and even them out, make them sitting around the same height. Okay, so there we've got the top. Then I like to just put a row down the bottom. So we'll go again, add display, and then we'll put a digital display, which I like to use for some reason. I like to use that in the bottom. So you say, I'm not sure which one of these, absolute throttle position, accelerator position, pedal position D and E, those are all reading different. So that's actually me putting my foot all the way down on the accelerator. This one's now reading 89.8. So that's closer, still not 100, which it should be, but starts at 19, that's me off the accelerator. But yeah, let's say we want, oops, not sure what I want to press there. Go down a bit. Yeah, intake air temp. We'll go a small one. And so if you go small with a larger, they'll actually sit nicely above and below each other. You can fit 6 along the bottom here. So yeah, you can kind of add anything. So choose another. We've also got raw data display, only being one size though. So we'll delete that. Let's see what else we've got on here. Yeah, we can go bar displays, which is a nice one to have. So say, yeah, we'll go with this accelerator pedal position D. Make that small. And we'll put it down next to that one. So you can see you've got that. And yeah, so those are handy ones to have. My favourite one is definitely the speed. So that'll be right down the bottom. So we would want speed, GPS, small. I usually leave speed GPS there. I just find it easiest to see. Just glance over, I can see it. But yeah, so you'll fit 6 along nicely and neatly along here. And like I showed you at the start, or you can fit 6 large. Or yeah, the way that I have it is 2 larger and 6 small. I just need to adjust this. For some reason this one's sitting on top now, but yeah, so that's basically how you'll use it. So some of the other features, throw a graph there and put your turbo and boost vacuum gauge. Obviously that's not going to read anything at the moment because the car's off, but yeah, one might be handy. Trip reset, so you can obviously trip reset your mile per gallon or kilometre per litre, which kilometre per litre would be in Australia. Odometer reset, running time, clear faults, screenshot. So that's a handy one. So you can make that music play button. So yeah, lots of playing around with it. As I said, mainly just leave it like this, and I mainly just use it for the speed. So now that I have my boost gauge, I will remove that boost one there possibly, because that's not really going to be any help, but still good to keep. So what I do like about when you put them as these, the option I chose, which is the dial meter, I think it was. So it'll have highest and lowest values that'll just save, so you can sort of glance back without having to press anything. Now on my boost gauge I have that, so peak 19.9, but yeah, this will always save it. And one other thing, you want to go display configuration, so you can actually change the title. So I called that boost, I think it used to just say boost / vac or something. You can set maximum value, so I have it at 26. So yeah, lots of different customizing you can do. Highly recommend it. All you need is the Android head unit, one of these little OBD2 Bluetooth units. This one I bought with the head unit, but yeah, you can get these. I'm not sure if this is a real one or not, but you can get these really cheap on eBay. This one I've had for a year and a half. Works fine, have no problem with it. And it just goes down the bottom there. So yeah, there you go guys, just a something that a lot of people who already have the head unit will know how to play around with, and you pretty much can work it out by just playing around with. But yeah, someone requested that I make it, show them how I set up my screen. Okay guys, so that's just a short, little easy how to set up the Talk Pro app. Definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend these head units too. I've heard people sort of say that they're terrible and can be a little slow on launching certain apps. Like if I tap Waze, for example, it'll take 2 seconds for it to actually launch, but once it's open it's fine. You can do a lot with them. Download any app you want. So yeah, I can go on YouTube and watch videos when I'm sort of waiting in the car. Yeah, so there you go, there's a video here. So it's pretty cool being able to watch anything you want, any app that you want. Highly recommend them. If you're in Australia, then I will put a link to where I bought mine from Drive Performance Parts. Really good support from Cam that runs that business. He will help you out if you have any problems. Like I know some people have bought these direct off eBay from China and had problems with them, and then you're not going to get any support after a month. Whereas with this one, he sort of buys them in batches and he tests them out. And if you have any problems, he's going to help you out. He's in Australia, so yeah, you'll have to wait for him to get it from his supplier in China and then send it to you. But well worth doing it that way, and you'll probably pay a little bit more because he's not just buying the cheapest one that you can find on eBay. He's buying them from a certain supplier that's tried and tested. So yeah, they're about $500 or so, $500, $600. Very easy to install yourself. I believe Justin, my friend who has the YouTube channel, Juzzy Evo X, has one of these on the way, so he'll be making a video on how to install them soon, I'd say. So if you want to follow his channel, and very soon you'll be able to see a video on how to install them, but it's super easy. It takes maybe an hour if you have no idea what you're doing, like I did when I installed mine. So yeah, that will be it for the video today, guys. Hope it was helpful. Highly recommend them. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.